All right, we got a few days break in between plantings. Probably going to be another few days, week or so before we plant cotton. So we're going to be down in the shop today, back to the old shop work. Still got one more project I was wanting to get done this off season. Didn't have a chance to get it done this winter, so we got a few days available here while it's wet and waiting on time to plant cotton. We're going to get to work on it. We're actually going to bring a piece of equipment out of retirement today that we have not used in probably about 25 years. A little bit of old school stuff that we're going to put back into service probably this year. So anyway, we're going to go dig it out of the shed, get it down here in the shop, and I'll explain a little bit more about what's going on. All right, Zach, any guesses on what we got here?
It's some kind of sprayer, but I still ain't figured out how that thing's gonna mount onto there.
As it's made, it's not going to mount onto there because the tractor we last used this thing on 25, 26, 27 years ago, we no longer have anymore. We got the main frame right there. That's what we're going to have to rig up for a quick attach mount for our front end loader. Anyway, what we've got here is a spot spraying rig. You don't see them around anymore. I mean, you hadn't seen them in this area since definitely before 2000. Ever since we got Roundup ready crops, there really just wasn't a need for something like this because you could go in and spray Roundup and over your crops and kill most everything. Well, for the last 12, 13 years, we've had a really bad problem with pigweed, and it's just gotten worse. And ever since that, I mean, we've got a zero tolerance policy on pigweed because it's one of the worst weeds that there can be out there. It's highly aggressive, produces like 1 to 2 million seeds per plant. It can reproduce real quick and it can overwhelm a field. And we've had a zero tolerance policy, and the way we've been controlling pigweeds is walking our fields, carrying a hoe and manually chopping them, or using an expensive non-selective herbicide and spot spraying from either our four-wheeler or our Can-Am. But that's a pretty slow process, and what we can do with this, once we get it all rigged up, this will go on the front end loader. We've got 3 seats, and 3 people can ride on this thing as someone drives to the field. Each of us will have a spot spraying wand, and we can cover a lot more ground zapping these pigweeds. Hopefully it's going to take a little bit of load off of us in the summer on keeping these pigweeds controlled, especially late season, because once you get late season, there's nothing you can spray over the top of cotton or soybeans that will actually kill the pigweeds, because I mean they're going to be 3-4 feet tall. There's nothing out there that will kill it without damaging your crop. So in order for us to kill it kill these pigweeds late season, I mean you got to spray a really high concentrated dose and cover the whole plant. And with a typical self-propelled sprayer, there's really no way to do that. The only way to do it is by spot spraying it.
8 rows?
We'll cover 8 rows.
Instead of 1 with the Can-Am?
Yeah, we got 3 different seats. The middle person is going to cover 2 rows, be responsible for watching 2 rows and spraying 2 rows, and the people on the outsides are going to be responsible for watching 3. So it's still definitely hot and not pleasant work during the middle of the summer, but it's still
a lot better than doing this.
Exactly. That's the main point.
And what is it, 3 years ago, those little Kawasaki powered self-propelled spot sprayers started coming from the panhandle of Texas up here. Some guys started picking them up.
Yeah, Jordan would actually borrowed one or rented one, but they're like $20-something thousand.
Why pay that when we got?
Yeah, my dad actually made this. I'm guessing in the early '90s. You know, I grew up. This is what we did every summer. Except it wasn't pigweeds then that we were worried about. It was resistant cocoa burr. That was what we were chopping and trying to kill back in the day. Well, we don't have a problem with those anymore. Roundup controls them fine. But I remember what we used to have. It was something similar to this, but it was only a 2-seat model, and it only covered 4 rows. And Dad got it in his mind one year, we were going to go over all 800 acres of cotton that we had with a spot spraying rig to get rid of cocoa burrs. He had the same opinion of cocoa burrs as what I do pigweed. He hated them. And he had the idea we're going to go over all 800 and something acres with this, kill every cocoa burr out there. And well, we did. It took us a month and a half to cover all of our acres, but we did it. He built this 8-row model to be able to cover more ground that year. And we used it a few times after that, and then shortly thereafter, they came out with Roundup resistant seed, and well, we didn't have to use this anymore. So it's been sitting up in the shed collecting, as you can see, collecting lots of dust for the last 20-something years. But we're going to bring it out of retirement this year and hopefully put it to good use that will serve its purpose once again. We got seats and sunshades right here that's going to go on the front. And then on the rear, where we're going to have our tank and stuff, tank's going to mount on the 3-point hitch. That's the tank that goes with it. This stuff hadn't been used in 25-something years. I know all the plumbing, we're going to have to redo all the plumbing. New hoses and everything, new fittings, new wands. The tank, I'm hoping, is still good. I mean, it's been kept in the shed, covered up, so hopefully the plastic is not brittle and it will still hold. We got several days of work of rigging up, but the first step is going to be on the main frame here, where it's bolted up right there. On our other tractor, I want to build a box with angle iron for our quick hitch to be able to, on our loader, to be able to hook up to it. Time to cut and weld some metal. All right, our quick hitch right here, the top mount for the third arm is a little too narrow for the size ball we got in there. So that's cutting out the top part to where we can spread it out and make it a little bit easier on hooking up. And we also got to playing around with the pump. The electric motor on it was fine, but the pump had been sitting up so long, 25 years or so, that it was about halfway froze up, just real stiff, wasn't real good. So we got it over at Tennessee Ag, getting a new pump put on. After we get the steel cut, we'll get the frame mocked up, welded up, and put on the main frame. All right, we got it mocked up there. Now we got to put the final welds all around the way around the edge, and it'll be good to go on the frame. Hey, got everything welded up. Last thing to do before we mount this on the main frame is we got to cut out the holes for the 2 latches on the quick attach. So. I tell you what, I absolutely love a plasma cutter. Every shop ought to have one. Nice, quick, clean cuts. Apparently we got a little bit more drama down here in the shop. We got a snake up there in the eave where that bird is, probably eating eggs. Chicken snake. Kelly's about to freak out here. I'm gonna go investigate.
Let me get lined up.
I ain't getting it down. I'm leaving it up there. I'm leaving it up there. Oh, don't walk right there. Yeah. You think it's waiting for you to walk up under there so it can do a cannonball on you?
Yes.
It just won't eat. No, I want the baby bird's dead. Oh, great. Ease forward real easy. I don't like heights. All right. No.
It's in there because the nest is in there. I saw his head popped out.
Which side?
That side, the left side. The bird will show you. The bird keeps looking to the left side, or that left side.
Snakes don't bother me, but I ain't sticking my head in there.
The snake?
First thing I'm gonna do is for it to startle me and I'll fall off of here.
Oh, because that was what we need. I have the map. Oh, I fell off the platform because you were messing with a snake inside the
Yeah, I don't see it. It's on back down in there a good bit.
It's in there though. It may be to the right, Matt, where all the nests start. I mean, you see the nest down here.
Nah, I don't see it.
But that bird was not even, I mean, that bird was
Well, it's a
like,
great welding job of whoever assembled this thing.
now we gotta wait till the sucker pops his head back out again?
All right, let me down. I don't see nothing.
Now it's just a
Not next.
Well, you said you ain't never coming back down here again, so you ain't got to worry about it.
I love how everybody's out to get
I
Kelly.
have a heart attack. Like
There's a bird that is highly upset up there.
yeah, it's about ready to attack the daggum snake.
That bird is beside itself.
I will admit, he's pretty good size. He's about yay big around at his,
Oh, he's huge.
at his biggest point. He was sticking out probably 10, 11 inches, and the bird was just going after him.
Was it pecking at it?
And all of a sudden I look
Oh,
up,
yeah.
I'm like, what is that? And I look and it's hanging halfway out.
You're a real good mama. You really defending them babies.
I don't think it wants to die.
Now the fun.
The snake ain't gonna eat a live bird. It's just after the eggs.
Now what's going to be real fun is we're going to play Russian roulette of where's the snake going to pop out of there or in one of the walls.
That's not funny.
Oh, it's going to be great.
No, it's
Kelly's
not.
going to be on edge.
Because I'm going to die of a heart attack.
I'm disappointed. I thought there was gonna be a little snake wrestling this afternoon. Oh well, we'll just let nature run its course. Let the survival of the fittest happen.
Oh, there it is.
That is a big one there.
That's a good one.
That's a big. It's big to fall down.
He's coming down. He's coming down. Woo! Hey, chicken snake.
It's just a little old chicken snake.
Oh, God! You will be divorced if you come near me.
That's a good one.
Well, you gonna say who's faster, me or Kelly?
You will be divorced, and I will take half.
No, look. No, look at him.
Oh my
Pull.
God! That's it. We're never sleeping. No, you're
Take him back
moving
around your neck. Look. Egg.
He
egg.
been eating.
Mexico made me afraid of those things. I would not.
He got a full belly.
That sucker is big.
Are you serious?
We're gonna cut him off.
It's just a snake, just a chicken snake.
It's a snake. Get away from me.
I'm gonna put it up here in the gin. Maybe I'll get them pigeons.
Not funny.
I can go put it in the kitchen and get rid of those mice that the cats won't catch.
You know I
question is, do we cut them open and find the egg?
I'm not coming over there, Weedy. Look at how big his belly is right there. He got 1, 2. I bet he's got 5 or 6 eggs in there.
Where you gonna put it?
Don't put it up there in the gym. Maybe we'll get them pigeons out. I'm gonna put it over here where there's the nest. Even if he don't eat no pigeon eggs or whatever, they see him in here, they gonna steer clear.
That's if he stays.
Yeah, he probably ain't gonna stay. I'm sure he hears them birds chirping out there though. Imagine he gonna go digest that big meal and be hungry again in a few more days. I put it over here with the zombie trail stuff. I put it over here with the zombie trail stuff.
Where did you put it?
Over there.
In the back?
Yeah. He ain't gonna stay there, but
You better get all that disgusting snake crap off your neck or
ain't
you
got
can't
no,
get in the bed with me.
I ain't got no snake crap on
Yes, you
me.
did. You put it around your freaking neck. What's wrong with you?
They don't shed like cats.
I'm dead serious. You will be living on your own somewhere else. You better get rid of all of it. I hate it. It's not funny.
Well, I'm glad to know it wasn't just an anomaly, that baby falling on me the other night.
Well, it's starting to take shape a little bit there. I think we got all the framework done and the welding part. Now it's just going to be a matter of getting it all put together and the plumbing done. It's definitely not winter time anymore. I ain't been this sweaty since last September. You know it's getting close to summer when you start butt dialing and playing weird songs on your phone when it's sitting in your shirt pocket from the sweat. Well, I reckon we're going to lock back up and we'll get back after it tomorrow. Maybe with any luck, if everything goes right, maybe we'll get it finished up, just depending on how many problems the plumbing gives us tomorrow. All right, we're back down here again this morning. See, where are we on this? We got all the main frame done and everything. I guess we're ready to assemble the rest of the front and then figure out what we're going to do on plumbing and mounting regulator and pump back here. Hopefully we've at least got most of the nasty dust rubbed off of it where I don't get as filthy today as I did yesterday. Let's slide the outriggers on and put the canopy on. Are my wells gonna hold?
If they don't, that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, the middle one's got the bucket seat.
Well, that's gonna feel weird riding down through the field.
Yeah, the middle seat is like a 1970s era bucket seat. The two outside ones are like 1960 era before they come out with bucket seats. Piggy's not gonna stand a chance this summer. All right, there's the finished product right there. Newly upgraded with green sunshades made out of an old module tarp. So after working on this for 2 days, brought back some fond memories of my dad. I swear the man never found a new bolt that he actually liked or nuts that took all the same size wrench. Working on all this old equipment, you need about all the wrenches in the wrench pack to be able to take it apart. He always scrounged around and whatever was lying around is what he used. but it's all upgraded with new standard sized hardware. We got the tank back here, got our pressure regulator, got the pump. It was gone through and freed up. All new plumbing, hoses and fittings and everything. Got electrical power run up into the cab for the pump power. Got all the hand guns and everything run with new hose. I think all that's left to do,
See how many leaks I got.
put some water in it and run it through its paces. I ain't gonna be no leaks. It's gonna be good. The only thing I'm worried about is that pump. Well, it's close enough to 5 o'clock when we're in the shop. Try not to work past 5, so I reckon we'll save the test drive out for tomorrow morning when it's not raining and lightning and storming outside. Well, the sun is out and looks like the clouds are cleared, at least for the next 24 hours. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be doing any cotton planting anytime soon. They got like clear skies today, and then will rain again on a day and a half
Friday,
on Saturday. Then again Monday, Tuesday. So while we were doing really good on our planting situation, got everything in, and the earliest I probably ever got everything planted other than cotton. Had high hopes of getting the cotton in early and maybe having an early harvest.
Now we're going to be back to the normal grind.
Looks like we're going to be back to normal, and probably bumping right up against the crop insurance deadline on getting our cotton planted. But if this is, I mean, it's pretty cold. I mean, we're in long sleeves today. It's pretty chilly, like different than it was yesterday. Maybe if this is that blackberry winter that normally comes in around the 10th of May, come in about a week earlier. Maybe it'll blow on through here pretty soon and get some cotton planted. This thing's ready to pull outside and test. Did a few things to the tractor this morning, a couple hydraulics leak, got the cab cleaned and everything. So let's fold this thing in, pull it through the doors and put some water in it and see if we got us a pigweed killing machine. There you go, first ride in 25 years. I tell you what, I don't remember being able to make this thing flex as much back when I was 16 years old. Of course, I was about 75 pounds lighter too. Might have a little something to do with it. All right, ride over. All right, the pump works. We got the bypass valve all the way open. It's pumping. Let's adjust the pressure regulator. Get some pressure and send it to the wands. All right, pressure's building. Get all the air out of the system. And it's spraying. All right, now we got everything full of water. Let's get the pressure adjusted. I don't know what we need to run at. I think it was like about 40. Then we can also adjust the nozzles. Get out a real nice stream there. It's a long ways out there. Hey, grab that third wand and spray them all at the same time.
You're going to cover way more than 8 rows.
Well, we can, but you spraying out that far, you're going to miss a few. But the fewer tracks we can make through cotton, the better it'll be. I got it set about 60 PSI. That's about as high as you can go without that pump sounding labored when nobody's spraying. I don't want to overheat it or anything. But that's plenty of pressure to, I like a lot of pressure. I love these guns, man. These guns are awesome. They're draining all the water out of the system so we can unhook it. It'll probably be a month and a half. Well, hey, probably a month and a half, 2 months before we need this thing. I'd say it's gonna be a success though. Now all we gotta do is when we get ready to go to the field, hook up 3-point hitch, hook up the front section on the quick hitch, plug our wire up to the battery, hook a hose or two up and fill up and go to the field. Well, I reckon that's gonna close out this video. We're at the end of this project. I guess we're gonna be on piddling projects now until we get ready to go plant some cotton. So, appreciate y'all watching. We'll catch you again in the next video.